I'm Robert Carradine. You're watching the Coachella Valley Music Show.
Asking myself is, this guy's gonna be too damn loud. What if nobody likes them? What if they say they're no good? I don't think these guys can take that kind of rejection.
I think we're just loud enough.
Coachella Valley Music Show. We're coming to you from Fantasy Springs Casino, and we're going back to the future. I have stumbled upon this fantastic band, and I'm really excited about this. I have Marty McFly, singer from Hell. I don't know where you got your chops.
My chops?
Yes.
My pork chops. Mutton chops. Well, I've always sang my entire life. I grew up in Central Texas, in grew up in a Church of Christ environment, which is all a cappella. So I've just been singing forever, really.
And now you're the official Back to the Future band.
Correct.
And the cast and the crew of Back to the Future, which, by the way, is my very favorite movie. So,
which Back to the Future is your favorite?
well, the first.
The first
is my
one.
favorite. Yeah.
What about 2 or 3? Which one do you prefer?
Well, the only 2, but because at the end of 3 it goes a little bit off the rails. But
Literally.
No pun intended.
I prefer part 3 over part 2. Yeah, I know that's not the most popular opinion, but I prefer 3.
I don't actually see any division between them. It's just one long
Yeah, I
story.
kind of like them all for what they are.
Oh, that's a good way to think.
Never
It's
really
just a
like
continuous.
think-
Yeah, it's just a long movie.
are 2 of them shot? Were 2 of them shot at the same time?
2 and 3.
2 and 3 were shot at the same time. I mean, 1 was flawless, and you have the future and you have the past, and they never mess up. Everything lines up perfectly. And then the second one, they were shooting that at the same time too. So.
Bob Zemeckis actually did say that he admitted it was pretty flawless, but he said there might actually have been some out of focus shots.
Out of focus
Somewhere in
shots.
there, like there's really nothing wrong with it except maybe a few out of focus shots.
You got a wrinkle in time, and then you guys are involved in the documentary.
We wanted to take people back in time, and music is really the ultimate way to do that, in our opinion. Like, music is a time machine itself, so we get to really like exploit the whole time travel, function of what it is that we do.
I think that's one of the main ingredients of why we blew up so fast, is because we really hit that emotional chord with people,
After a little time went by, we started sort of getting into the cosplay circuit for like Comic-Cons and Kamikaze and all of the conventions that are going around. And we don't consider ourselves cosplayers by any means, but it's cool to be a part of that world.
We did it for the love of the film. Like, we didn't do it because we knew there was a world out there with DeLoreans and time machines, and we weren't aware of how big the Back to the Future universe was.
The official band all around the world, and you worked with the actors in the movie.
Yeah, a few times.
In the documentary.
Well,
That has got to be freaking cool.
In the later part of 2015, there was an official Back to the Future fan celebration. It's called We're Going Back, and we actually played a show in the original location that the Enchantment Under the Sea dance was filmed at.
And you reenacted the Enchantment Under the Sea on the same exact stage.
Yeah, with Harry Waters Jr., who plays Marvin Berry.
Wow. And it
We
was a
sang
5-day.
Over 5 days.
5
Yeah, we did
day.
a whole bunch of stuff for that event, and one of them was playing that show on the same stage. And it was fun. Yeah, and we
Was it
introduced-
30-year anniversary?
It was the 30th anniversary thing, and actually, coincidentally, today there's going to be an announcement. I don't know if it's been announced yet, but I guess I can say it anyway. There is going to be the first annual Back to the Future celebrations at the Puente Hills Mall, which is the Twin Pines Mall.
Okay.
That's going to be on October 21st every year.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I like
The
that.
Puente-
And you are a rockin' piano player. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Damn.
We're playing alongside.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You
so
guys
it's-
It's crazy in the way that he uses the keyboard too, because it's technically a workstation. Yeah, but he is able to split the sounds on obviously left. On the fly, switch the sounds for both left hand and right hand.
Yeah.
And it's-
So I kind of do the work of like if you see keyboardists on stage that are playing with three levels of keyboards, like I'll all of that work on one, which makes it really much easier for us to do what we do. I don't want to have
A 10-handed keyboard.
I don't want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys smoked it. We had such a great time listening to you. I thought it was a the first Comic-Con cruise ship.
Fan2C.
Yes,
Fan2C.
And that's coming soon.
January. 2017.
Yeah, that's an amazing opportunity for us. I mean, that's the first Comic-Con cruise ever. There have been themed cruises. There's the Walking Dead cruise, and there's other themed cruises, but this is actually a convention on board a cruise ship, and there's cast members from Stranger Things, from Netflix, from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Frank Miller is going to be on board. There's people from Marvel, from DC. There's still Walking Dead. There's still some more cast members that are going to be announced for Walking Dead. And
where's the cruise going?
It's going Tampa to Key West to Cozumel and back to Tampa.
Nice. Fun.
Yeah. My first cruise ever.
I haven't been on one yet.
Yeah, I've never been on one.
Yeah, I hear they're a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's my group.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me something about how you ended up in this 80s Phantasmo Back to the Future band. It's known worldwide. It's been on the news.
Started on Craigslist.
You found these guys on
Like
Craigslist?
everything else.
Well, me and him met on Craigslist.
Like most great things on Craigslist.
And we just, we've been friends. We tried to start on the 80s thing, but it didn't really go through. And he found a band, which was these guys.
Right.
And I was just a sub for about a year. And I was another character. I was Principal Strickland instead of Griff Tannen.
Okay.
And the former guys in the band just, they had that career and stuff, just couldn't do band stuff anymore. So I became permanent last year. And so we are now just doing all the back to the
It was funny when he was Strickland because he would hand out tardy slips. call
Oh, if I could see that working, that would be great. Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, but band was basically formed through Craigslist. Yeah.
But you started out as an 80s band, and then you decided to go to the Back to the Future, and
The 80s thing was already decided by the time I joined.
Right.
Right. That was laid out already, and that's why I wanted to be in the band. When I saw the set list, I went, God, I have to be in this band.
Right.
It's the music that I'm in love with. So I got a chance to play the same songs that ordinarily people, they're not interested in playing that.
Yep.
So it really worked out.
It is working out well. You guys are a great success. You're amazing on stage. All of you do a great. And so it was your idea. You started the band.
No. Actually, our original drummer and bassist were friends already. They had done some band stuff before, and they put out an ad on Craigslist looking for a keyboardist. They wanted to start like an 80s, really just great 80s party band. And that is something that I had wanted to do. That was something that he had wanted to do, beforehand. So I answered that ad, went there, then that was done, and then he showed up like 2 days later to become the guitarist. And then my old buddy Will met Tyler in a karaoke bar and was like, he knew that we were trying to put this together, and he asked Tyler, are you interested in being in an 80s band? And I was like, okay. So that's really how it goes.
Well, it was funny the way he worded it to me, because he was like, hey, you looking to be in an 80s band? I was like, I guess I am now. Sure, here I am. Just show up.
So you've got one hell of a bass here.
Oh, thank you.
You know, you've got one hell of a guitar player. You've got one hell of a singer and one hell of a keyboard player.
We have one hell of a drummer too, but he's
where the hell is the drummer?
Yeah, he's with his sister right now. He's German and she's in town from Germany, so he just couldn't make it today.
Oh, you should have brought him here. They would have loved it.
That would have been a cool. I'm sure he would have liked that. He would have.
This is the man responsible for everything he does.
Because this guy's like a lifelong dream for me to meet this guy. He's right there. There's a movie called Revenge of the Nerds, guys. Have you ever seen Revenge of the Nerds? Okay. We got Bobby Carradine, Louis Sully, right there. Here he is. Right here. The king of the nerds. Always in his thing.
How are you guys doing tonight?
The king. Hail the king.
So how much do you guys practice?
Initially, we practiced very frequently, once to twice a week.
Yeah.
Now, once to twice every 2 months or
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
like that.
If that.
But you've been playing these same songs for
About 3 years now.
3 years.
We pounded
But
them hard for
sometimes-
about 3 years straight.
Sometimes we'll do a brand new song, never rehearse. Everybody just did their homework and we'll just pull it off on the spot.
You
Yeah,
guys
like
are
for instance-
watertight.
Well, like for instance, at the Comic-Con show that you guys were at,
Right.
we did We Are the Champions at the end. It should be known we had never actually played that before,
Okay.
like live,
Or rehearsed
or
it.
even rehearsed it or whatever. So
Yeah, I started learning about 3 days before
Right,
the
right.
show.
So every once in a while, you know, we'll pick a new song, and we used to rehearse them, but we just haven't done it. We haven't really had a need to. We know a lot of music, like we play a lot of songs.
We're just really good at doing our homework.
Yeah, we do our homework and so.
Were any of these songs that you guys do difficult?
Yes.
Which one?
Well, it depends on a few factors for me anyway, because I use a vocal effects processor
Okay.
during the shows, which for songs like Just Can't Get Enough, Depeche Mode, or songs like Dead Man's Party by Oingo Boingo, in the studio recordings of those songs, especially Boingo, there's like octave down and 2 octave down voices, really bassy type voices. And so I mainly use that effects box to make the song, our live performances sound more true to the original recordings. Don't use auto-tune or anything like that, but it's
Or you wouldn't need that.
it's mainly for additive effects, things like that. So the difficulty of a song, for me anyway, mostly depends on how involved that vocal programming has to be.
Okay.
And some songs
That's
don't
the
require
tricky
any of it, and some songs require a lot of it.
That's a tricky business.
Yeah.
And you've got nice harmonies going on. The harmonies were really nice.
Thank you. You know, a lot of the harmonies are coming through his vocal processor.
Okay.
So you'll hear like as if there was 50 people in the room. That's not us. That's his device doing its job.
Nice device.
Yeah, whenever it's beyond what we can do.
What we can do.
It's-
So,
Anything past 4 people, we have to.
Which is funny. I don't want anyone to get confused because you don't use tracks, but
Right.
you
No,
use
yeah,
this
right.
vocal device that adds things.
Everything is
It
live.
doesn't
It's like-
make you sound any better because you're already really terrific.
It's using effects as the way I do on guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So there,
And everything we do is straight ahead live. There's nothing pre-recorded or sampled or anything. Everything is, we're a live band. We're a live rock band. That's what we do first and foremost, and that's what we love to do. And we don't want to dilute that. We see a lot of other bands doing that, and of course, some of the original '80s bands they have to do that because that's how they made the music. But us as a live rock band, we try to keep it that a live rock band. And,
But you're in the documentary,
right. Yeah.
which is on Netflix, right?
Correct.
it's on Netflix. It's on iTunes. It's on Amazon. It's on Blu-ray. It's on DVD. It's
So if
on
you
all
can't
the
catch
streaming
their
services.
show, you can see them in the documentary.
Back
which
in
is-
Time on Netflix.
Is that kind of like Back to the Future Part 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, really, because they're not going to make another one.
They're not.
No, they're not going to do it.
I love
Unless-
Michael J.
unless,
Fox. I've always loved him.
Have you watched it? Did you watch it yet?
The documentary. I haven't seen the documentary yet.
Watch it. It's really
Yeah.
good.
We will watch the documentary. Yeah. No, the reason that we saw you was because I'm a big Back to the Future fan, and when I heard the name of your band and I heard, that's what. I mean, that was we're at Comic-Con, and that was the main thing on the list. Goes to the Back to the Future band, and then you were rocking. David had one card with him. There were 5,000 people
Right.
there, and he had one business card. Decided to give it to you guys again.
Well, that business card was passed around for a second because gave to me originally, right? Yeah, I got the card first, and I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna remember to hold on to this."
It went to me. That's on my
It
list.
went to you, and then it went to somebody.
Yeah, he's the one that
We made it. We got it.
he pays a lot of attention. He pays enough attention for all of us.
Well, we had run into you over
I'm just starting to
by
look
the Back to the Future card. You
Right.
were over there by the DeLorean. But you guys did something with the original DeLorean.
Yeah.
I read something about that.
Yeah, we played the official induction ceremonies. Universal gave the screen-used time machine to the Peterson Automotive Museum.
Okay.
Big automotive museum in Los Angeles, for those of you who don't know. Multi-zillion-dollar cars there. Like they have like a $120 million Mercedes there or something. Anyway, the original time machine is there. In fact, if you're in town, you can go and see it. We were there. We played with missing persons that night. Yeah.
Wow.
At the museum. Yeah.
It's next to the Batmobile. Pretty fun.
Yeah.
It is. It's right next to the legitimate Tim Burton 1989 Batmobile.
Nice.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
It was awesome.
Tim Burton.
But in regards to us playing everything 100% live,
Right.
People who come and see the shows, if they're musicians or if they aren't musicians, everyone knows whenever, or they can feel when something is 100% live, right?
Yeah.
They're more into it. It seems like, I guess I use the word organic. I know that's just the most overused word ever, but it's a more immersive experience for the people who come and see us, and I think we can attribute that to playing it 100%.
Right, you feel the thunder. You
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
feel
The wall of
feel it,
sound.
You know? And then Jonas on drums is like, he's a monster.
I myself like to add more to the music too. I have these some of these effects on bass just make it sound bigger. I have these certain pedals that are like organ pedals, just give it a big boom on certain parts and stuff.
Well, I was
Yeah.
waiting, because it was getting later, and I was waiting for you to switch to the other bass, right? I was like,
Oh.
no, I'm not leaving until I see
Yeah,
you
my
play
double
that
neck.
bass.
Yeah, I use that for I use the fretless neck for like Johnny B. Good.
He's gonna get a triple neck bass.
I had
He's gonna get a quadruple neck bass.
it.
He's gonna get a bass where the necks form a circle around the body.
Nothing but neck.
Yeah.
More like a dulcimer.
And so, but it has to be on like a little machine so you can spin it, catch it on the right.
That's right, the machine.
Yeah,
Feel fortunate.
Yeah. It should be known. This is something that we've been thinking about lately. It should be known that we started this band to play the music from the '80s that we really love. In fact, we started this band so we could play music from any era that we really loved. And part of the reason that the time travel motif goes so well is because we haven't done it yet, but we will. We can say, okay, we're going to do 70s music tonight. Okay, we're going to do some 90s. We're going to do some 60s. But it's not like we have to be all over the place. We can
Because
just
you got a
time
time
travel.
machine,
Right,
and
we
you can
time
go to
travel.
any
That's
time.
right. So we started this band to be musicians first and foremost. We thought it would be really cool to dress up as Back to the Future characters.
Right.
The Back to the Future community conscripted us, real fast. So we were not planning on being the Back to the Future band. Like, we just wanted to be a 80s band that dressed as Back to the Future.
And an 80s band that didn't suck.
And an 80s band that didn't suck. We wanted to be a really good 80s band
Didn't want to suck.
in Back to the Future clothing, but the studios, the cast, the crew, everyone sort of took us in.
Right.
real quick. I mean, I'm talking like within 2 or 3 weeks or something. We had cast members like at our shows. So you know, the Back to the Future thing has become, you know, an important part of what we do. But we are ultimately still musicians playing the music that we love to play and we grew up with and love to hear.
And playing it well.
Thank you.
Playing it really well.
Thank you.
So you guys have been, do you tour back and forth across the country and around the world and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I personally have with a band.
But you're not doing it together?
We are.
No,
We've been all over the country.
Yeah, we don't.
Because I hear that like in the middle of the country, people are, they're kind of almost in a different time zone.
Oh yeah.
They're listening to things that people aren't listening to here as much. You know, I mean, when I go out, honestly, every club, the musicians are usually playing the same songs as they were at the song at the other club.
You know, somebody was just trying to tell me that 80s isn't going to work on the East Coast, and I don't even see how that's reasonable.
Well, there's a story behind that. Do we have time for a story? Just a
Well,
quick
yeah,
one?
we can.
Okay. We were actually supposed to be on the 80s Rewind cruise. It was an 80s cruise with us and Bobby Kimball from Toto, Mike Score from Flock Seagulls, Clive Farrington, When in Rome, a whole bunch of original 80s artists. We would back them up, and they would sing with us. That recently tanked because of marketing issues and stuff like that. But then we, found out that people were saying this ridiculous sort of global excuse that the reason that it failed was because it sails out of New York and people in New York don't listen to the 80s, which is absolutely ridiculous. So, that's where that
Well, because people tend to love the music that they came
That's
of
correct.
age during.
Well, I would like to hear the people. I would like to hear what the people say.
Right.
In New York, hello, are you listening to 80s or is there something wrong with it? I want to hear from the people.
That's
Probably
totally
depends on the age group. a little
Right,
bit.
it's all about the age
And
group.
then
It really
there's,
is.
you've got the nerds and you've got the, I mean, there's always different, you've got different kinds of people of each age. So it's ridiculous. that
So if you
nobody
don't want
would
us in New
engage.
York,
It's
or
insane.
we don't have to come out there, but.
Or you could
Do
just,
you want them in New York? Can I hear a welcome to New York here?
or you could just hit us up on our website, which is www.thefluxcapacitors.com, and you just send us a line there and just tell us what songs you want to hear, and we'll learn them. Especially all you people out there in the East Coast, if you would like to tell us what you want to hear, we will gladly play it. And that could be any song from the 80s. It could be male songs, female songs, rap, rock.
Preferably Ben Midler or
Yeah,
Cher.
Ben Midler. Yeah.
I like Cher, actually. So, what would happen if you guys wrote an original?
That's in the wheelhouse.
That's
in the
we've been
wheelhouse.
wondering the exact same thing. What would happen? So we're kind of working on that. We'll see what happens in 2017.
I mean, we'll let you guys in on a little bit of a secret. One of our plans all along has been to develop a worldwide following, prove that we can play music, well enough to where we join original artists all the time. We played with Run DMC, we played Dramarama, Guys Boingo Boingo, all this stuff, and then be able to slowly begin to introduce our own music into the sets until people are craving it. And when we go play, they're like, okay, well, play blah 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 blah, and then we already now have this sort of built-in crowd, and it's I mean, it wasn't like a devious plan or anything, but it's definitely something that's been on the agenda for 3 years now. Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna come and see you wherever you go next. I'd like to be on that cruise, honestly.
It's actually quite affordable.
It is.
Yeah, and I think we're maybe gonna be giving out some 15% discounts to you. So it's like something like it starts at like $395 to go. So
That's not bad.
Yeah, we play every night. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
What's the website?
Fan2C.com. FAN number 2 SEA. So like fan to sea, going to the ocean, going to the sea.
Awesome. So we'll see the fans.
We get to
on
hang
the
out with
sea.
all of you people. We're stuck with you on a boat. I can't wait.
We will fan to see you there.
Back in time.
Back in there.